Looking down on the Madras motor race track from the drone, this is our home for the weekend at this final round of the MRF Challenge, and it's a busy weekend of racing because it's the opening rounds too of the National Indian Championships, and the Formula Flgb Formula 1300 cars are on the grid. The circuit, 12 corners long. It's got a couple of straights, not the longest and it's not the widest of circuits, but a huge amount of effort has been put in recent years by the Madras Motorsports Club to make this a great venue for racing this weekend. And on the grid is Louise Beckett.
You do join me on the grid, and I'm at P2 with Mohammed Raza Sheikh. Mohammed, thoughts going into the race?
Just get a clean start. Already been handed a penalty for a stupid mistake that I did. So just like make it out of the race unscathed.
Okay, thanks very much. And I'll make my way to poleman just now. Neil Varun is sitting in pole for this second race for the 1300s. How are you feeling?
Great.
Good. Well, that's positive. How are you feeling about this race? Do you think you're going to have trouble from behind?
A bit, yes, but it's manageable.
Okay, well, the 5-minute board is up now, so David, it's over to you.
Thanks, Louise. Just to make the point about the grid, it is based on the result of race 1, but you reverse the top 12. So it's going to be interesting this to see people coming through from further back on the grid. Now, especially interesting, given that the earlier race for these cars that we had this morning had 2 safety car periods, and then when we got going, there was another accident, and there was the sort of lack of interest in continuing after that. There was a red flag. That's being a little bit flippant about it because there wouldn't have been time to clear up the wrecked cars and get the race underway. So it was knocked on the head with the result at 8 laps. But 2 safety cars and a red flag brought the fun to the end. Now, I suspect the drivers will have calmed down a little, he says, perhaps in optimism. After that, we shall see how they fare over the next 10 laps. Everybody now making their way off the grid. So the green flag is waved, everybody sets off. All of these cars are the same, but unlike the MRF Challenge cars, they're run by different teams. So you're looking at a Swift chassis built by the Super Speeds company. They have 1300cc Maruti or Suzuki Esteem engines. They weigh about 450 kilos, 90 horsepower cars. They've been around a long time. I think this chassis was introduced back in 2003, and many of them are a bit dog-eared, and off the road goes the poleman. That's Neil Varun getting it wrong on his formation lap. Neil Varun, inevitably, he's going to have to try and push very hard early on, because when you get the quicker drivers coming through, Tijil Rao was the race 1 winner, starts 12th on the grid. It's like a handicap race. The quicker guys will work their way forward. And if you've built up an advantage, then you've got that better chance of being able to consolidate that when they catch up onto the back of you. And Mohammed Raza Sheikh, you heard from on the grid, Neil Varun likewise, and they, on the reversal, get the front row of the grid. So cars now working their way down towards the end of this formation lap. And as I say, this should be a lively race. The nice thing about these cars, they're cheap to run, cheap to maintain. They are perhaps an equivalent of a Formula V European type chassis. Budget racer, lots of spare parts available. Nothing terribly clever about the chassis, it just works. And it's a good training ground for people. Gagandeep Singh. So is he going to get in from the back or from the pit lane for this, if the mechanical problem can be sorted? Let's find out then as the last few cars trickle into position. 45 is Shyam. The dark blue car to his right is that of Yokeshwara. I think there should be number 3 of Thrishal at the back, and then possibly number 34, we'll double check in a moment, of Gagandeep Singh, the red car. Now the pole position driver has gone slightly over his line. Quite often you would get a penalty for that, but the marshals here are being kind to him and trying to push him back. The car doesn't want to go backwards. You have to have a reverse gear as well. If he hasn't got a reverse gear, he's going to find himself in all sorts of hot water, because that would be a technical infringement. Anyway, back it goes, and he's been saved there. So Neil Varun, quite a stressful formation like this, goes off the road on it and then is in the wrong place at the end of it. And a drive-through penalty board is already being prepared. So try and see for whom it is, but the race is about to get underway. 5 red lights are on. The lights go out now. We are racing, and everybody blasts away. There's one car stranded on the grid that everybody's been able to avoid as the cars then now blast their way down towards turn 1. And a good getaway is made by Mohamed Reza Sheikh up on the inside line. Is that going to give him the advantage then as they come up towards turn 2? Yes, it is. With, look, number 7, Mohit Arian from the 3rd row going up into 2nd place. Now, where is Neil Varun? There he is, number 60. He's made a dreadful start. Arian is off the road from 2nd. He's going to drop back behind Mohit Sulman Abalaki. Is he, or is he on the inside line to maintain the place? Number 60, Neil Varun from pole position, has got flies on the back of his helmet. He's going backwards that quickly now. And up front, the leader doing his level best to break away. And doing so, Mohamed Reza Sheikh. There's the fight on for 2nd place between Sulman Abalaki and Mohit Arian, who goes up the inside line at turn 4. Through he goes, he takes 2nd place there. And Mohamed Reza Sheikh is the man with the drive-through penalty. So he was being given that even before the race started, which was for, I assume, a transgression on the green flag lap. There's another one off the road. Is that Arian? In fact, getting it all wrong in number 7 up at turn 5. But a drive-through then for car number 70, the race-leading car. And that, as I say, that board was prepared as the race got underway. Now, we don't have a message line about this to explain why these penalties are being given, but the drive-through board is there. It might be that Louise can investigate from the pit lane for us. As you see, Mohamed Reza Sheikh come down towards turn 8. He's being chased by Mihir Sulman Abalaki as they wriggle their way towards the end of lap number 1. And now they come down that short straight towards turn 10 in 3rd place. Next in the queue there is the first of the cars run by the team Momentum Motorsports. Number 12, you can see, looking for a place is Tijil Rao, the race 1 winner, but it is now 3 for the lead, and they're all bunching up as well behind as they come out of turn 11, and all of this is going to be rather skewed in a moment with the leader getting that penalty board. 24, which is Dhruva Tyagi, is the man in 3rd place up from the 3rd row. He in turn is under attack as over the line goes Reza Sheikh, has a look at the board, and if he realises that's for him, his heart will sink and he will have to come in at the end of this lap. He's under attack though from Sulman Abalaki. Their 3rd is Tyagi. In 4th place up from 5th on the grid, 5th on the grid is Kartik Krishna, number 66. So through they turn. And what a battle pack for the race lead. What have we got? 6, 7, 8 cars all in a line. And the man feeling the pressure is Mohamed Reza Sheikh at the moment. Now, where is the race 1 winner? Tijil Rao has only gained 1 place, only up into 11th. So he's finding it tougher to get through the pack here, as now, look, Mihir Sulman Abalaki tries to find a way by. They're side-by-side for 3rd place as well, and very late breaking up on the inside, and off the road goes Tyagi, keeps his foot in. The leader is off as well. He's back on. There's mayhem as cars scatter left and right. Tyagi has virtually cut out a corner, and he now leads the way, but not for long, because Ashwin Datta goes past him. Number 16, Ashwin Datta, who was 2nd in race 1, and Ashwin Datta, who was 6th at the start of the lap, is the new race leader, as everybody sorts out the mess of turn 5. Ashwin Datta manages to make the best of that. Others confused, others delayed, and others on the grass. And so Datta leads from Kartik Krishna in 2nd place now. 3rd is the new Rallycross champion, Dhruva Tyagi. Then down to 4th is Sulman Abalaki. In 5th place was the man that was leading on the road anyway, Mohamed Reza Sheikh, but he's got this Damocletian penalty to serve. And then in 6th place is now number 33 there. You can see in that battle pack, Digvashar Jamwal, who finished in 4th in the earlier race. Number 14, 3rd this morning, Surya Bharatan, trying to go with 18 there, which is the car in the hands of Aman Chowdhury. So it's all happening, and it is 16, Ashwin Datta, that leads the way as the cars make the climb up towards turn 12. Ashwin Datta, the runner-up in the championship last year with a couple of race wins. And is he going to be a winner here in race 2? Well, not if the man alongside him, Kartik Krishna, has anything to say about it. 2 laps in the book as they go down now towards turn 1. They're almost side by side. Krishna slots back into the draft. They're in 3rd place, going through and catching back up again is Dhruva Tyagi. 4th, Mihir Sulman Abalaki, and it's what 4 really for the race lead now. 5th and staying out there is Mohamed Reza Sheikh, so he's not yet served that drive-through. And if he doesn't hurry up and get on with it, he'll find himself in real hot water. The man that started on pole position, by the way, Neil Varun, is down in 19th place, and the leaders are currently on lap number 3. Another one goes rally crossing, and back on. So the leading car, that of Ashwin Datta, he was 11th on the grid, and doing a good job here, having wriggled his way through up into the lead, trying to break away from the opposition as he comes through with Kartik Krishna right up behind him. But then, intriguingly, Dhruva Tyagi coming back at the pair of them. Tyagi still there, still in touch. Lower down the order. Battles rage on as number 33 turns through. That is Digvashar Jamwal. And at the start of the lap, Jamwal was in 8th place, and there's more to come from him because he's a quick driver. Heading now on towards turn 7. There's the leading Gaggle, and to the outside line goes 24 Tyagi to have a go against Kartik Krishna, who's in the slipstream of the race leader, the late braking Ashwin Datta, turning through turn 8 now. Datta under attack, and I suspect this long line is going to grow. This is the beauty of cars without wings, you see, so they can all run together. There, bailing quickly, is Trishal, whose car is off the road on the back part of the circuit round turn 7 and looking a bit hot and bothered, and that's his race done as the leaders now come down once again to turns 10 and 11. And what have we got? 4 for the race lead. Can that line grow? There, 5th is Mohammed Reza Sheikh. Now he's a bit busy trying to defend, and he has failed to defend because he's coming into the pit lane for the drive-through from Dagvashar Jamwal. So Dagvashar Jamwal gains a place there. The white car into the pit lane for its drive-through. There's another one off the road. Who was that? They come across the timing line. More fun and games break out. Through they go. Number 12, that may have been Tijil Rao getting it all wrong. So Ashwin Datta is the race leader. The race 1 winner not making progress here, but Datta has the advantage then as they come out of turn 2. Ashwin Datta, the race leader, up the inside for second place now, tries to go Dhruva Tyagi, and up the curb on the outside line for second spot, Kartik Krishna. Got another car that's had a spin at the last corner, incidentally, and just getting going again, Neil Varun. So the pole position driver is now flat last. It's not been his race, has it? Meantime, Ashwin Datta is looking good as though this could be a race victory, but Kartik Krishna has got other ideas about this as they run absolutely nose to tail now, coming up through turn 5. Kartik Krishna, frustrated, hand in the air to say, come on, get out of the way. But a defensive drive by Ashwin Datta, keeping him up front, and now Dhruva Tyagi coming back at the second place car. Small gap back to 4th, Mihir Sumanavalaki. And we've had a calm couple of corners. Down towards turn 8 comes the race leader. Can Datta get away here? Yellow flags wave in the background as the leaders come safely through turn 8. Number 14 there you see, Surya Varathan, 3rd in race 1 this morning. And another place is lost there. Look for number 25, that car falling back, MR Rishan. He was on the second row of the grid, but now as the quicker drivers start to work their way through, so those that benefited on the reverse grid drop back. Ashwin Datta cannot shake off Kartik Krishna, can he? They are absolutely nose to tail in the best race of the weekend thus far, and a real contrast this. I know we've had lots of fun and games in it, but we haven't had the necessity for safety cars like we had in the first race. So it's a proper, pure race this, with lots of action, lots of overtaking, and some excellent racing going on for the lead. Ashwin Datta under attack on a grubby circuit there online now because of people going off and bringing the dust back onto it, side by side almost as they went past the pits. But Ashwin Datta may just, yes, he does have the advantage going into turn 1, keeping Kartik Krishna at bay, but coming back at them in 3rd place now is Dhruva Tyagi. In 4th place right there too is Mihir Sumanavalaki in the white car. Side by side for second, Tyagi, who was off the road a couple of laps ago, remember, when they went up to turn 4, looking for a way through. And about half a lap ago, we had the leading 3 pretty much away. Now they're all bunching up again. As soon as you start being defensive, it holds you up, and a challenge is made. Avalaki on the inside line. There's another one getting it all wrong on the outside. Was that Jamwal? There's a spinner as well. So more drama up at turn 4. And the one that we have lost hides itself behind the marshal's post. We'll come back to that in a moment, but Ashwin Datta leads the way. Second then, Kartik Krishna. Another spin. That is Mihir Sumanavalaki who goes around and should be able to rejoin, albeit with a lot of time lost. The one that's benefiting out of this as well, number 14, the yellow and white car of Surya Varathan. There it is in the background. Varathan, 2 wheels on the dirt, 4 wheels on the dirt as Tyagi gives him a really hard time. To the outside line there, look, it's 33, Dagvashar Jamwal, so he survived all the rigours, but he is down in 5th place now because Varathan getting himself up the order. Varathan, who was 3rd in race 1. Perversely, the one that's not really made any progress in this is Tijil Rao. So as the cars now come once again down towards turn 8, the leader, Ashwin Datta, trying to break away, but Kartik Krishna staying with him. But Surya Varathan, there he is, keeping at bay Dagvashar Jamwal, running now in 4th place. And because of the dramas on that lap and the spins, suddenly the gaps all open up again. The task now is going to be for 3rd and 4th and 5th to go after the leaders. Kartik Krishna runs wide up the curb and loses momentum and time as a consequence. So now Ashwin Datta gets away by another length or so. Down they head in towards turn 1. Digvishal Jamwal there in 5th place, looking for a way to get through the traffic there. Dhruva Tyagi in 3rd. Can he come back at that pack ahead of him? I think the answer might be a yes. Up the inside goes Jamwal for 4th. Can't do it, but it was close there. Surya Varadhan just able to keep him at bay as they go now through turn 3. On lap 6 then of this race, the second Formula LGB 1300 Championship round, and off the road and back on again in the background there has just gone Chirag Gopada. So the field now becoming a little more strung out, but still lots of action going on up front. Had a spin, that's Tyagi that's gone around. Dhruva Tyagi spins out of 3rd place, so that plays into the hands, look, of Surya Varadhan. And there is Tyagi getting himself back onto the road. They're rugged cars, these, aren't they? You can do most things with them. And bouncing his way back towards civilization, Dhruva Tyagi falls down the order. Here are the race leaders, nose to tail once again. The real threat is that yellow car behind. Surya Varadhan getting closer all the time now. In number 14, the M Sports car. There he is. And Varadhan pushing. Ashwin Datta coming under attack from Kartik Krishna. You see in these cars, perhaps more than others, just how bumpy it is at certain sections of the circuit. But Ashwin Datta doing a very good job keeping the place as they wriggle up now through turn 11. Heading over the brow once again. Back into view. There in 3rd place, you can see Surya Varadhan, who wants these two to start squabbling and hold each other up. That would give him the golden chance to get in on the act. 6 laps about to be completed as the leaders go by. Surya Varadhan in 3rd place. I can't give you lap times, I'm afraid, at the moment, because the timing screen has collapsed under the drama it's having to cope with. But to the eye, Varadhan looking the quicker, and certainly he's got a clear road ahead of him for the moment as these two squabble a little bit further ahead. So he's closing. Won't be long before he's able to get into the draft, I wouldn't have thought. Now there's drama at the last corner, and we've got 2 cars off the road, one of which recovering is Digvishal Jamwal. But there's another one abandoned just off the racing line on the edge of the circuit, and it's 25 of MR Rishon. So as they're the race leaders battle, we could yet get a safety car. It is now 3 for the lead as they come into turn 4 with Surya Varadhan closing up all the time. But there's the incident. You see how close to the edge of the road Rishon's car is. So the green flag is waving at the moment because after that part of the circuit it's clear. The marshals are on the scene pushing it out of the way, so for the moment I think all is good. And Surya Varadhan is almost there on the back of Kartik Krishna on this lap number 7. Excellent work by the marshals, is getting the road clear. I tell you, ready for the leaders to suddenly appear on the scene. But which race leader will get there first? At the moment you've got 3 to choose from in a sense. Ashwin Datta ahead of 66 there, Kartik Krishna, and 14 Surya Varadhan right with them. And see the way that these 3 are now a long way clear of anybody else. Despite the fact they're squabbling, they've managed to pull well clear of the best of the rest. So through they come. It's number 16, Ashwin Datta, down towards turn 10. It's been a very good drive, this, because even though he's perhaps not had the pure pace to get away, he has defended admirably and being able to make sure that he's fending off the opposition. Over the brow they come, down to 12. 3rd place, Surya Varadhan. Can he have a go at the race leaders yet? From the high camera, out of turn 12, they come past the pits. And still, Ashwin Datta up from 11th on the grid, leads the way. Kartik Krishna from 7th on the grid is 2nd, and Surya Varadhan from 10th on the grid is 3rd. That's the top 3. Datta, Krishna, Varadhan. In 4th place now is 79, which is Kunal Maini. And he's also made excellent progress because Maini was one of the retirements in the earlier race. So he was on row 9 of the grid, started 17th. Chirag Gopada is in 5th, and David Ryan, whose car had quite a bit of damage, and he was a retirement in race 1, he's up into 6th place now. Out wide goes Surya Varadhan, offline, that's going to cost him. Doesn't lose it, but gets on the really dusty, slippery part of the circuit and has to lift and get the car back under control. That cost him time as a result. Race leader on lap number 8 currently is Ashwin Datta. Is he just getting away slightly from Kartik Krishna? Certainly third place man Surya Varathan, after his little moment at turn 4, has dropped quite a long way back. Krishna trying to get in the draft and see if he can tow himself back into contention. Off the road there goes Kunal Maini. So having said how well he was going, Maini, I'm afraid, has spun into the guardrail. They're strong cars, so he might and he can rejoin, but he's going to lose ground as a consequence of that. So it's one of those races where if you survive, you're going to finish well. The flapping bodywork on Kartik Krishna's car. Comes down through turn 10 now. Promised you a lively race, and this has certainly lived up to expectation. Over the brow will come Ashwin Datta. Since he's hit the front, he has been unstoppable. Over the brow he comes, and now down towards the right at turn 12. So Datta leading, Kartik Krishna right with him. In third place is Varathan. And a change, is it? Not quite. Kartik Krishna having a go, but he can't find a way past. We've got Gorpala going through now up into fourth place, and it's a huge wait before anybody comes out of the last corner for fifth, as the two race leaders run absolutely nose to tail now up through turn 2. Fifth at the moment is Avalaki, sixth is Dhruva Tyagi, incidentally. So the leaders go by. Kunal Maini back into the race. There's one more lap to run at the end of this, and can Ashwin Datta hang on in there? Can he survive for one more racing lap at the end of this? Digvashar Jamwal arrives out of the last corner rather slowly, incidentally. He's had a moment at the last turn, and now up through the turn 4 left and the turn 5 right comes Ashwin Datta. It's been a mighty effort from him, this. What can he do in the remaining lap and a half to keep at bay the charging Kartik Krishna behind him? Through they turn. There, Surya Varathan trying to come back at the pair of them. Varathan in third. He lost time, remember, a little while ago by that moment when he got delayed at turn 4, ran a little bit wide. Well, now he is trying to fight back as best he can. He's doing the job pretty effectively, but is he going to run out of time? Let's see. The gap's coming down between second and third, but is it going to come down sufficiently to give Varathan a chance to challenge once again? Ashwin Datta, whisper it, is just edging away. Late race, that gap just coming up a little bit, just widening ever so slightly. Kartik Krishna second, and there's a lap to run, and look, Surya Varathan, this could be the perfect moment as far as Datta is concerned. If Varathan arrives on the scene of Kartik Krishna and distracts him, that's going to give Datta an easier last lap than he might have otherwise enjoyed. They come out of turn 12, over the timing line, onto the last lap of the race now. So Ashwin Datta leads, second is Kartik Krishna. Third, down towards turn 1, is the M Sports car in the hands of Surya Varathan. But there, Ashwin Datta for Momentum leads the way. The Momentum Motorsports squad, having taken a 1-2 in the first race, courtesy of Tijil Rao and Ashwin Datta. Still fourth, Chirag Gopada. Fifth, Mihir Suman Avalaki after his spin. And sixth, Dhruva Tyagi after his rallycross. So lots been happening in this race. The one that, as I say, has not really made the progress anticipated is the race 1 winner, Tijil Rao. But with a lap to run, half a lap to run effectively now through turn 4, go the top 3. They're starting to bunch up a little bit once again as well. Can Ashwin Datta hang on in there? We're not done yet. Goes just a little bit wide, kicks a wheel onto the dirt. And now the cars turn through that long right of turn 6. And the run towards turn 8 now beckons. This is perhaps the last opportunity for anybody to be really brave and make a move, and Ashwin Datta knows that and covers off the inside line. Surya Varathan coming up to the outside line against Kartik Krishna. Now is Krishna going to throw caution to the winds here and have a go at the last couple of corners? There's a sniff of a gap on the inside, but turn 9's not really an overtaking opportunity. Aaron Mammon looking on from the pit garages, the Vice Chairman and MD of MRF, as there Surya Varathan comes through turn 11. Any moment up towards the final corner. He's not quite close enough to Kartik Krishna unless it's going to be a drag race to the line, but a great race this, and it's going to be won by Ashwin Datta, who, looking in his mirrors all the time, has been under colossal pressure. He's never been able to get away. The checkered flag is at the ready, and Ashwin Datta will win race 2 for the Formula Flgb 1300s. Across the line for second is Kartik Krishna. Third, Surya Varathan. Fantastic race that. Race result then, Ashwin Datta the winner from Kartik Krishna and Surya Bharathan in third. Fourth, Chirag Gopada and David Ryan up into fifth place, having started a long way back. So let's grab a word with the drivers, because Louise is in the pit lane with Surya Bharathan, who took third place.
Always lots of activity in the 1300 races. Surya Bharathan, that was a great battle all the way to the checkered flag.
Yeah, thank you. It was a really tough battle with all the drivers. Like a lot of drivers spun in front of me, and I was fighting with a lot of them. So it was a good time fighting and racing.
Smiles all around, well done. All the way to the end of that race. Firstly, well done on coming through the fields, and then that was just superb towards the end.
I mean, I started 11th, so I did not expect to win the race. I mean, of course, my goal was to win the race, but I think I was first by the end of second lap, so that was pretty good. I made sure I didn't have any contact with any other competitors, and they started just going out, and I made sure I capitalized on that. And then after that, it was a big battle with Kartik. Until the last lap, so he put so much pressure, but I'm so happy that I didn't crack. And yeah, it was really good.
That's important. Yeah. It was very clean, and we were trying to overtake, and even on side by side we were just racing, and yeah, it was very fun.
Great sportsmanship, and you just put the pressure on him.
Yeah, he's a good driver. Yeah.
Well, you didn't do too bad yourself.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well done, guys.
Yeah, it was a good comeback after 5 years, and I'm working on the car, and let's see how it goes this season.
Great, thanks very much. David, back to you.
So the podium
category
being made ready. Needing to be retrieved before our last race of the day for the MRF Challenge 2 litres here. Let's have a look at the highlights then. We had one or two cars getting away rather sluggishly, but Neil Varun from pole position made a slow start too, and he was in the mid-pack even by turn 3. Plenty of drama early on as off the road went Dhruv Tyagi. Now that put him into the lead, but this was the moment that Ashwin Datta really benefited, because he went round the outside of two cars. That got him up into second place. Then Tyagi had to drop down a gear and get going again. So Ashwin Datta from something like 5th to 1st in one easy move took over the advantage with Kartik Krishna with him. But then Datta could not shake him off, and the two of them ran nose to tail, almost side by side in occasions, right the way to the very end of the race. Great battle between the pair of them. The cars sprinted their way up towards the end of the race as we lost from the battle Kunal Maini, but as the race leader Ashwin Datta consolidated the advantage up to the checkered flag. Kartik Krishna right on his tail. They were caught by Surya Bharathan, but neither of them could do anything about Ashwin Datta, the race winner. More from these cars tomorrow. We'll see you then.